Why one should not be part of the rat race of life? Because every individual, every child, every soul is different. Just like a seed, just like a flower, it would have its own unique time to blossom. It would have its own unique requirements for nourishment. Similarly, we individuals, we human beings, have different timelines of coming to our development stages: physical development, cognitive development, social development, intellectual development, and many other kinds of development. Because of genetic factors, because of different kind of upbringing factors, the environment being the major thing, the locality that one lives in, the background, whether it is financial, economic, and many other reasons, the nourishment would be different of raising a child. Therefore, standardizing norms in terms of by certain age, the child, the youth, or the elderly person should have accomplished a certain kind of a task, a certain kind of a responsibility, is not what the pressure should be put onto this on that soul, on that individual, on that human being. If we do that, we are part of the rat race. Just like a flower we see, all flowers are different: jasmine flower, rose flower, the flower of an orchid, the flower of an anthurium. They're not the same. Their flowering times are different, their beauty is different. Some will have fragrance in it, some will not have fragrance in it, but yet they all come with its uniqueness, which is beautiful, which is wonderful, and they add to the diversity which is there within nature. Similarly, for human beings, if we start embracing the uniqueness in every soul and the gift that they come on this earth with, the innate abilities, the innate talents that are there in these individuals, and we embrace them and we celebrate them, that is when these children would be able to reach to the highest potential. Similarly, for mother-in-laws, for sister-in-laws, for brothers and sisters, even at our own homes or at our working spaces, when we do not put pressure on people, but rather we let them perform, we let them do. I mean, of course, we give them timelines, of course, we give them work responsibility, but not pressurizing them. Because if you start pressurizing them, then it becomes monotonous. It becomes like a machine, and machines have an ability to wear and tear, and humans are not machines. So we have that emotional quotient. That emotional quotient needs to be addressed with empathy, with sensitivity, with a lot of understanding. And we see in school, not all children are alike. Some would be, who will come in the 90% bracket. Some will come in 80% bracket. Some in 60, 50, 40. But that does not mean that the people who come in 14, 50% bracket are not good, right? They would have their own unique time. We never know the circumstances, the background that they are coming to. Possibly there could have been a death in the family. Possibly there could have been an accident in the family. Possibly because of genetic factors, there is this slow growth happening. There could be ADHD problem. So pressurizing is not right. And also innately within each individual has its own unique way of blossoming, mushrooming, flowering, of developing, and that needs to be respected, that needs to be understood, and that space and time needs to be given to one another. I think if we together collectively as a society, in our communities, we get this understanding and wisdom that we should not push our children to be in the rat race, I think there will be a great transformation. I also want to add over here that people have given a certain time to complete education, a certain timeline. By a certain age, one should get married, one should start a family, one should, have children, and there's a timeline for retirement. So these timelines have been made for by whom? These timelines have been made by society, and we need to understand that this is not what I need to adhere to. I need to figure out what is best for me. I need to find out what is in best interest of my family, what is in the best interest of my society, rather than following the norms, because these norms were laid by someone else. But what am I originally gifted with? I need to realize that, and then I need to move on. The parents, the relatives, teachers, the elderly people, heads of institutions, I think if we all understand the very fact that each person is unique and they will respond, and they will grow at their own unique time. That is when every individual will reach to his highest potential. And once they have reached to their highest potential, irrespective of the age, it could be 21, it could be 25, it could be 27, certain cases it could also be 40. But that does not mean that these people are not good enough. They are all worth it. And we need to understand that. And with this understanding, we can embrace that the diversity and the beauty of life. Thank you.